Good afternoon, Brent.
Hi, good afternoon.
Hi. Look,
Just barely afternoon.
look how
just
like we're in sync so many times. Look, we both have the white T-shirt on.
we have the
We got the
window.
Venetian blind, and we have fresh haircuts. So I think we're on.
You cut your hair yourself.
Even though we get further away, as far as seeing each other, we're getting closer.
We're becoming the same person.
Yes, I cut it myself just like an hour ago, and it's not in the back. There's some. But you tell me what it looks like in the back.
Huh. Well, I can't really tell on this video how clean it is back there, I want to see how
it's
clean
good enough, though, right?
Yeah, it's good enough for the.
All right.
for
Well,
the
a lot of people are
quarantine.
probably just listening to this, so we don't want to get too visual.
Hey, no, you don't understand. Haircuts affect the way you sound. Because if your haircut's short like mine, you sound more hardcore. You sound like a military man.
Yeah, you get a little more confidence, a little more.
Yeah, you get
alpha.
more confident because I
Yes,
feel like
sir.
I'm in the military. Yes, sir, sir.
Yes, sir, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, there's something
Douglas.
about a haircut that makes you feel fresh, and it's like a new outlook on life when you get a nice
You
new
feel
cut.
like a real man.
Feel like a real man. I agree.
You feel you reborn as a real man. I feel like a real doll.
We should probably mention that if you do want to see our haircuts, we are on YouTube now. You can watch our heads in the Zoom squares.
You can watch our set.
You can check out our set on Zoom. On YouTube. Just look up the Poundcast on YouTube and you can't miss it. Today we're going to talk to some random Zoomers. I put out the link on Twitter, Instagram, our Patreon page, and I said, check out. Maybe I didn't do the Patreon page, but regardless.
Irregardless?
We're going to talk, irregardless, we're going to talk to some random pimples who want to chat. This is a classic chat line.
But first, we have a few announcements to make.
Okay. Let's hear your first announcement, Brent.
Well, first of all, this episode, like all episodes, is brought to you in part by Louisville Vegan Jerky.
Louisville Vegan Foods.
Louisville Vegan Foods, to be more general.
Yeah, they make jerky, which is vegan, and it's hand-bagged in the USA, and it has a 9-month shelf life, and they sell it. You can get it at Whole Foods, at Sprouts, many fine
Target.
grocers, Target, and they're our proud sponsor, and we are proud to be sponsored by them, of course.
And they have all different kinds of cool flavors, such as buffalo dill and Carolina smoked barbecue or whatever.
Carolina barbecue,
smoked pepper,
smoked black pepper.
Black pepper. They have black pepper.
They got black pepper.
They have buffalo dill. They have buffalo dill, black pepper, and they have Carolina barbecue, and they have lots of other flavors that are very good, very tasty. And if you order online at LouisvilleVeganFoods.com and you use the code word Poundcast, you get 20% off. It's that easy.
It's that easy, and it's an incredible savings, and it's an incredible product. As you know, I go camping a lot. I always bring a bag or two, and I barely even get to eat it because I bust it out, and people come around. They're like, "Excuse me, what's that?" And I say, "You know what? It's COVID time. I'll baby bird some into your hand. I'll shake it out of the bag." And they get greedy. They go, "Keep shaking. I want to eat more."
They go like this. They start sniffing. They go, "Ooh, did you beef?" And you say, "Actually, the contrary."
Actually, to the contrary, no. It's not.
And when they smell, those people like the smell of. By the way, I know people say that when they fart. They say, "Oh, did you beef?" But this is a different context.
This does not smell like farts at all.
It doesn't smell like farts. It smells like. It's a different context, is what I meant.
So check out LouisvilleVeganFoods.com. use the code word Poundcast. It's as simple as that, Brent.
Yes. Now, on to some other announcements. There's a live show I want to mention. Wait, is there anything else that we have to mention?
I mean, look, if you want to support the Poundcast, there's many ways. You know, number one, go to patreon.com/Poundcast. Subscribe to our Patreon page, which is dirt cheap. Our introductory, the first tier is $1 or $2. There might even be a few dollar ones left now, actually. Brent.
No. It's just pure $2.
Okay. $2 is the opening price. So for that
opening bid.
And what do you get for that? You get you get some early access, and you also get the bonus extended Poundcast, extra long Poundcasts, and at the end of our show, we're gonna hit stop, and then we're gonna keep going for the patrons only. And that's called After Dark. You're going to get access to After Dark, and that's where the real goes down, Brent.
Yeah, and it's not that we try to save it for that. It just ends up kind of working out that way, that there is a lot of fun stuff that happens on the After Dark episodes. And we're not trying to make it like that. But there is a lot of fun stuff that happens.
A lot of fun stuff. We get a little more silly in the After Dark. We play a little games. Just saying. Now,
it's there's a little bit of other extra bonus stuff that happens on Patreon as well. And at the higher tiers, you get the After Dark video and some other little bonuses here and there as well every now and then, but nothing. I put out a little bonus piece, recently.
Yeah, actually, if you're familiar with our work, we do the basketball trilogy plus overtime. But on the Patreon, we put up all the footage, so everyone can watch every take that we did. And you can even download the footage and make your own remix, which we will be reposting probably at the end of this week.
And there's been some really good ones that have come in already.
Some good ones are already coming in. You also get access to the stems of the theme song, and you can do your own remix of the theme song, which we will play every week. We play a new remix, and today we have a great one from Evan. Well, that's coming up in a second. One other thing I should mention, I have a Patreon page, of course, and patreon.com/DougPound. And that's a dirt cheap Patreon. If you want to come in at $2, you can look at my daily blog, The Squirrel Report. And the only way you can access The Squirrel Report is through patreon.com/DougPound. 2 G's, of course. And on there, you're going to get little bonus unreleased music and early releases of videos, and you'll just feel great that you're supporting me.
There you go. And
there you go. I mean, look, you can't lose with the Patreons.
Now, look, I have this live show I'd like to mention, and it's kind of related to Patreon a little bit. Well, so this is a live event coming up, and this is a little while from now, but I want to get people, I want to get them pumped up about it ahead of time. September 19th, okay? Well, this will be a live Zoom-based show. The show is called Brent Weinbach Plays Nintendo Live. Okay?
Wow. Okay.
So this is kind of in conjunction with the other podcast I do monthly called The Legacy Music Hour, which is a video game music podcast. We focus on old 80s and 90s, early 90s video game music. But this is me playing Nintendo Live. And basically, the show won't be longer than 2 hours, but I will be playing the video game Mega Man, the original Mega Man for Nintendo, and doing commentary. And Rob F. Switch, who is the co-host of Legacy Music Hour, he will be joining as well, doing commentary. And Gabe Castro, the engineer, will be there as well. And we'll be doing kind of, we'll do a commentary, and then the audience will be muted, but you can type in the chat and, be interactive in that way. And I will just I will attempt to beat the game, and I might be able to do that shorter than 2 hours, but at 2 hours, however far I got, that's how far I got. Anyway, it should be a lot of fun. It'll be a live thing, and check this out. Anyone who is a Legacy Music Hour Patreon subscriber will get in for free. Okay. And also, if they can't make it to the scheduled event, it's at 7 p.m. So if you're in a different time zone or something and that's hard, the archived version of it will be available exclusively to Legacy Music Hour Patreon subscribers. So patreon.com/Legacy Music Hour if you're interested in that, or just check out the ticket link, which will be on any of my social media things. Particularly, I'll put it up on the Instagram bio. Okay, so look for it there. It might be a little fun thing, a live video game playthrough. And I'm going to be playing it on a CRT TV, and the setup is going to be kind of original style. So like in the 80s, whenever you saw a news program and you saw video games being played and showed the TV screen, that's how it does it on my thing. I don't have any capture card or anything like that. The camera's going to be pointing at the TV screen, and you might be seeing some scan lines.
Well, Brent, you truly are a mega man for doing such a thing. When is that? What day?
September 19th at 7 p.m.
Okay.
And, the tickets will stop being sold a half an hour before the show.
I will add that to my iCal.
Should be a lot of fun.
Should we get in? Let's get on with the show here. Let's get some pimples in the chat.
Well, let's get the show started with that theme song. How about it?
Oh, yeah. Here's a remix from one of our Patreon subscribers, Evan.
Welcome to the Poundcast. 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 To the Poundcast. Welcome to the Poundcast. To the Poundcast. Welcome to the Poundcast.
Wow, Brent.
Very good.
I hate to pick favorites, so I won't. But I just like to say that this is one of the best ones. I mean, I would DJ this at the club. You know what I mean?
It's very good. I will say it's one of my favorites.
If I ever get to DJ at the Gathering of the Juggalos, I would play this song, probably to my closing song.
It's like this is the song where all the Juggalos pick their partner to, it's like they.
This is where they pick their partner to make
pick
love.
Their partner to kind of slow dance with.
Yeah.
It's the last dance of the night.
And then all the Fago just goes nuts and just sprays everywhere. But we'll play the full song in its entirety at the end of this episode.
I need to address something actually regarding theme songs, because this might be something that I think people get the impression that maybe they get the impression on the videos that I'm not really enjoying the songs or something. The thing is I can't really, when we're recording the episode, I can't really hear the songs because Doug, he plays them. He doesn't pipe them through his audio. He's playing it in his room, and his mic is picking up whatever can be heard. And that doesn't really, I can't really hear that very well.
Brent, I don't think you need to
explain. Well, I just want to say, because
because the logo's over it, and then we're sitting there kind of like waiting for it to end.
Well, I'm over here just like straight up like this, and then there was that other episode with.
Well, why don't you just act like you're like, yeah, man.
Well, that's not really my style anyway, But then also, if I, what was I going to say? The other thing is I turned my volume down on my. I'm not wearing headphones, as you can see, so to make sure that there's no bleeding of sound going into my microphone, I turned that down on top of that, so I can't really hear it very well.
Okay.
And I just want to.
I don't think anyone's worried about that.
I really like all the remixes, and I enjoy them very much. And I just want people to know that I don't dislike any of them. I think they're all cool. I'm really impressed with all of them, but I can't really hear them when they're being played live. But I do hear them either before or after the recording. Anyway.
Okay, loud and clear. Understood.
So, good job to all. And I will say, and I did hear this before we recorded, and I thought this is one of my favorites. This new synth one by Evan.
Let's get someone in the chat, Brent.
All right. Okay, we got coming up. Who should I start with here?
I can't see
Well, you
the
know what?
group.
I just saw it when I went into this waiting room thing. I saw the name Orion here, who made a couple videos, remixes of basketball video, and I was really impressed with those. Should we get
Let's
her
get her
here?
in. Get her in. Orion, you got to turn your audio on. You're muted. Brent, did you
Yeah.
mute her?
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
she-
hi. I
Hi.
was muted. I'm the only one here.
No,
Well,
well, it's
this-
going to be like that.
This is how we do it. I mean, you're
Oh,
our
you're
guest
doing
right
like one
now.
person. Oh, it's not like a group.
Yeah, did
I
you?
see. I didn't understand that. Hi.
Yeah,
Where are you
here, I'll-
zooming? Where are you zooming from?
I'm in Providence, Rhode Island.
Oh,
I was just listening to music. I was just like rocking out. I was like, oh, they called me, and then I muted.
what were you listening to?
I was listening to some Italo disco, Mr. Flagio, Take a Chance.
Are you wearing a Chromatics shirt?
Yeah, I'm
Oh.
on this label.
Oh, wow. What's your
yeah.
music called? Orion?
Yeah,
Is that your
just,
real? Is
just
that your?
Orion. My real name's Orion, and then the band is also Orion, and it's me and my bandmate John Paul, and then we work with Johnny Jewel, who this is his label. Italians Do It Better.
Cool.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
I was. She made a couple remix videos for the basketball video.
Yeah.
And incorporated animation, and they're really cool. I was really impressed with them. And
Oh, thanks.
it led me to, because you we'll post them eventually, and we'll post your Instagram with it. But it made me curious. Well, what other kind of work does this person do? And I looked into your music, and I was really impressed with that as well.
Oh, cool.
And anyway, yeah, that's just really cool.
Oh, thanks so much. Yeah, I just found this podcast. I just been like catching up with it over the past couple of weeks. Like, I really loved the episode with Jed from last week. He's
Jed
like
Shepherd.
so fascinating. Yeah, I know. I knew you guys were gonna spoil the movie, and I listened to it anyway. But I have like a goldfish memory, so I think I'll just. Like sometimes movies plus spoilers, they seem like spoilers, but then they're not really. But at the time like you actually watch the movie, the characters, like you're not visualizing it in your head, so it's not really like a spoiler.
Well, how long you been making music?
I'm like, oh my god, I can't talk about myself.
You don't have to. We could just talk about.
Oh no,
Jed
no,
We could talk
Shepherd.
about
it's
something
great.
else.
No, it's great. I've been making music since I was like 9 years old, so a while. I've been playing piano since I was a kid, and then I had 3 albums out under my full name, which is Orion Rigel Damacy, which is long and hard to spell, but I can send it to you guys. I have 3 albums out under that name, and then this new synthwave project is just Orion.
Oh,
And
so
we only
prior
have 2
to-
songs out.
So prior to this, it wasn't synth wavy. It wasn't as 80s sounding.
No, I mean there's
Easy.
synths in it, but I feel like I've moved to being really influenced by like Italian prog music. I mean Italo disco, but I used to be more influenced by like Italian prog music. So it's kind of like those sounds are in it in the older stuff. Just like more like 70s synths, and I play electric cello, but I like play it pizzicato. So I play like a guitar. So that's like the first 3 albums are like that. And then I just got into playing, with like drum machines and with my bandmate John Paul. It's really amazing.
When
We're
I think
both in
of
Providence.
when I think of Providence, it just seems like a lot of really creative people are from there. I never been there.
You never been to Providence ever?
No.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I
It's
can't
such a
remember.
small state. It's like hard to find,
I've been, yeah. It's like you
Yeah.
go over there and you.
I'm
can't
driving
find it.
around. I'm like, where's Rhode Island? I can't find it.
Well, I'm
Yeah.
I'm flying over there, and the captain's like, we are expected to land at one point, but we cannot seem to find the state.
They're like, you know what? Let's just go to
What
New
is that, an
Jersey or
island?
something.
Yeah, no
Yeah.
one knows.
You know what? We're gonna land in Maine instead.
There's a theater here, the Columbus Theater, and I think I couldn't go because of work, but I think Tim came through maybe like on an office hours tour to the Columbus Theater, and a lot of comedy's been coming through there. If you ever if shows ever happen again and you're coming through Providence. But I'm from Virginia, but I've been in Rhode Island for like 15 years or something like that.
Did you go to RISD?
No, I didn't go to college at all.
Oh, cool. Well, what brought you to Providence?
I was playing in another band called Alec K. Redfern and the Eyesores, and they're like a old Providence band, like proggy, like electric accordion playing. And I played combo organ and sang in that band for a few years. And I kind of moved here just to because I had made friends with the people in that band on tour, and I went to Providence and really fell in love with it. And I was like, okay, I'll just move to Providence. I don't know where to be. And
You like it? You like it there?
Stayed here. I love it here. Yeah, I really do. If I ever moved, I think I'd move to LA, and that's the only place I would want to move to, I think.
Well, the Italian prog scene here is just off the chart.
Well, Italians Do It Better they're in LA, so if I want to like work more closely with them.
Who is?
My record label with Chromatics.
Oh, cool.
They're based in LA, so that's like one reason to go out there.
So it's just hot out here in Los Angeles right now. You better watch out.
Yeah, the heat wave just broke today. I'm like so glad because my cat's like actually snuggling with me today because it's not like he's not just like pressed against the wall trying to keep cool or something.
What's your cat called?
His name's Truman. I adopted him like a month ago or so, and that was his name. And I like it because like Sheriff Truman from Twin Peaks, and I love Twin Peaks.
Oh.
I thought you were naming him after that Jim Carrey flick. You know?
I just watched.
It's a good movie.
I just watched Liar Liar last night.
I saw that on your Instagram because I was gonna ask. You said, "Oh, there's gonna be movie night," and I was wondering like, what movie are you gonna watch? And then you like posted a scene from Liar Liar. He's talking about like getting bird flu, like lying and saying he has bird flu or something.
He said, "Yeah, during his lying phase, he was trying to get out of some meeting he didn't want to do, and he had his assistant tell her that he had the Asian flu."
Yeah.
He's like, a virus is
really?
going around, right?
The Asian flu.
The Asian flu. She said, how about the Asian flu?
I mean, it has many names. It's got like 21 different names.
Yeah. I mean, there's been other examples of this where it's like, oh my God, it's a prophecy, but it's like, I think there's been flus for hundreds of years, and sometimes they're from Asia. So I don't think it's,
no, I don't think
it's not some kind of weird thing. It's like whatever. So do you have any questions for us or anything else you want to say?
I don't know. If anyone want to watch my music videos, Time for Crime and I Want You So Bad are like the two singles I have out. And I try to make animated videos for like every single song I put out.
Did you do the animation for the music videos? Because I saw those.
No, I didn't do those two. I'm doing the next one that will probably come out in October. I've been working on that for months.
I Want You Bad. What is it called? I Want You Bad.
I Want You So Bad.
Yeah, I as I recall that the video was really cool.
I love it.
There was some really cool animation.
This is a French animator named Sébastien Rabast. I think that's how you say it. He's so amazing. The Megan, who's in the band Desire, on my record label, she like found him and asked him to do it. But it was so fun to do those basketball edits. Because I just been working on this video for months, and it's like I just want to finish something just to like prove that I can finish something in like a couple of hours. So I just did a couple of those, and that was like super fun. So I hope you like will post more like raw footage like that because that was so fun.
No, those are really cool. I really enjoyed those. I like the music too, and that was used. Yeah.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, I just like grabbed that. I was just from demos I had because I didn't want to use guys to get flagged or something from if I use something I put out. But I don't know if I have any questions. I'll let you talk to someone else. Thanks for talking to me.
All right. Yeah. Thanks for zooming in.
Yeah. I'll send my old albums to you guys. Bye.
All right. Cool.
Cool. Yeah. Thanks, Orion.
Yes.
Yeah.
Bye.
Orion Pictures right there. Orion Pictures.
That's right. Orion Pictures.
Remember Orion Pictures?
Last night, you know what else I watched? I watched Lake Mungo, which was the number one recommendation from Jed Shepard, who was our guest last week.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Wait, so should we have her leave or how does this?
Yeah,
here. I think
you can kick me out, whatever.
Well, I mean, I think you could just leave yourself. I think.
Oh, you're gonna be. Yeah, I'll leave. Okay, I see.
Oh, they have to.
Bye,
They
guys.
have to do it, Brent. You can't control that.
I can just hit leave. That's fine.
I guess
Bye.
I could remove them. I guess, yes.
You don't
But
have to. I got it.
I
I
feel
got it.
bad about
I
that.
will see myself out. Bye, guys.
But thanks for coming.
Thanks for the remixes and stuff.
Yeah. Bye, guys.
Brent, so can the Zoomers like see our chat and like watch us talking?
No, they cannot. But we could do that. But I can have.
I think you should do that. That might be. I know some people want to do that and they want to like. They might know that they're coming up next and stuff. Just let them have access.
Okay, hold on a second here. So I'm gonna admit everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me just
Let it rip.
make sure the settings are good where
But they're not all going to pop up on this screen, right?
they are as a thing.
Really?
So, yeah. How do you want to do it like that? Because I can. I mean, I'm about to press admit all, but like right now, it's a you and me, yeah, and then whoever comes in.
Yeah.
But then if we do speaker view, then we can do it like that,
Interesting. I don't know. What do you think? You want to try it for once?
We did it like that before, actually.
All right, let's try it.
Okay, admitting all.
Yeah, why not?
Okay, well,
try it for fun.
We could probably tell that Orion that she could have stayed if she wanted to, but
Well,
here we go.
We didn't know that.
Admitting all.
Admit all.
They're all going to be muted. I'm muting them as they come in, but
okay. Welcome to the Zoom chat, everybody.
Hold on. Some people's audios aren't even connected yet, but
that's fine. Okay, Brent. Who do we got here?
All right. Well, shoot. I mean,
we have some familiar faces, but we have some new faces.
Yeah. I mean, look, we have familiar faces. Look, at first we were just going to go each person individually, but then we thought, well, let's just go for the whole thing. I mean, Doug, by the way, you should record this in speaker view, I guess. So,
okay, so they can hear us, right?
Yeah, they can hear us. Yeah.
Let's just go down the line here. We got Joshua. He's. We'll just go down the line. What do you think about that?
All right, I'll unmute him. You want to know what movie I watched last night?
What?
The Little Colonel.
What's that?
It's a Shirley Temple movie.
Is it about a small piece of popcorn?
Yeah, that's right. And it finally pops at the climax of the movie. It pops.
Finally pops.
Finally pops.
All right. Well, let's just chat with these people.
Here we go. Well, let's welcome Joshua.
What's up, guys?
Hey, Joshua. Nice hat.
Thank you. My wife, her dad helped create the New York City subway map back in the 90s.
It's for the listeners, that's a MetroCard, New York MetroCard hat.
Yeah, exactly.
You kind of look like my friend Clark Ranking, or you kind of look a little bit like Mac DeMarco even.
Oh, thank you.
You should get braces to have your teeth look worse, not worse, but like have a gap added to your teeth.
I like that idea, actually. My teeth are pretty messed up, but you just can't see it because they're kind of far away from the camera.
I like the professional audio setup you got there with that mic.
Oh, thank you. Trying to be like you guys.
Where are you zooming from? New York?
I'm from, New York, exactly.
Yeah. Someone commented on the roads, and that does look cool. I kind of want to get one of those kind of things.
Yeah, she's a good girl.
Oh, it's a female.
Yeah, Rhodes. I guess Rhoda. I don't know. Rhodes.
Rhoda, yeah.
Rhodes.
Or Rhodes.
Rhode Island to Rhodes. Now here we are.
From Rhode Island to Rhodes. Wow, amazing! What an amazing bridge that was just now.
So,
bridging worlds.
Joshua, what are you up to today?
I don't know. Not much really. Just quarantining like everybody else. But I just want to say I really love the basketball trilogy.
Oh, thank you.
I think it's awesome. And I had a question about it, actually, if that's okay.
Yeah, let her rip.
From the last one, there was a really cool song that was like towards the beginning, but I don't know what that song was. I was wondering if you could help me out.
So you're talking about the by the last one, you don't mean the overtime video, but the
No, no, exactly, not the extended version, but the third part like of the trilogy.
I think that was from the NBA Jam soundtrack, right?
for Super Nintendo.
Super
It's-
Nintendo
yeah, it was from
NBA
the
Jam.
Super Nintendo version of NBA Jam.
Thank you so much. It was a really cool song, and I had no idea what it was. So
So
thank you
it
for that.
kind of sounds like this, like. Da-da-da-da-da, da-da-da-da-da-da. I can't do it. I can't sing it. I'm sorry. I was gonna try to sing it. It's not possible.
It was really cool. I like this. Your singing was pretty nice, though.
So,
Oh,
what do
nice.
you? Are you a musician, or do you just have the roads for looks on the Zoom?
Or for company even.
Yeah, all the above, I would say, definitely.
Or is that your
Yeah.
wife?
Is that your partner?
Yeah, it's my partner in crime, I would say. But yeah, I play trombone actually.
Oh, really?
Oh
Yeah,
wow.
that's what I do.
Is that your main like job, trombonist?
Yeah, believe it or not, yeah, actually it is.
No way. Where are you in the Mighty Mighty Boss Tones, or are you like what band are you in?
Yeah, it's something similar to that. But we're like a band from New York City called Lucky Chops. But that's why I had to get this kind of set up so that I could like teach lessons and stuff like that during quarantine.
Oh yeah. So what is the music like? It is a ska band?
We kind of, it's like kind of all over the place. It's kind of a little bit of everything, but mainly just brass instruments and a drummer.
I have a question for Doug.
Yes, go ahead, Brent.
Okay. My question is, you know how skaters, they like ska music a lot? Is it
No,
because
they don't.
well, I was
But yeah,
wondering,
okay. For the purpose of your question, go ahead.
well, okay, is it because ska is part of the word skate? You know? Is there like some correlation between ska and skate because they're use the same letters? You know,
Yes. Great
Okay.
question. Great
That's
question.
what I thought. That's what I thought. Now, Joshua, are you a skateboarder?
No, not at all, actually. I tried it once, but I was wearing flip-flops, and I tried to do an ollie, and it just like de-skinned one of my feet. So I was like, can't do that ever again.
Did it grow back?
Yeah, it grew back probably stronger than ever, actually, which is great.
Good.
All
Nice
right.
and
Well,
tight.
Joshua, you got any other? Samuel says Tony Hawk Pro Skater soundtrack is riddled with ska, Goldfinger, Less Than Jake, etc. But look, that's just a soundtrack, all right?
No, but it's true. A lot of the as I remember it, a lot of the skateboarder kind of people, stoners and stuff, and not that they're the same kind of, not the same group, but they liked the ska. Ska was popular among those people. It seemed to me, at least, you know. Save Ferris.
All right. Let's move on unless Joshua has anything else to add.
No, you guys were the best. Thanks for answering my music question.
Hey, no problem, bro. It looks like you're doing good in New York. You got a nice, cute little room there, decorated nicely. You got the
Yeah,
robes.
You got this
I think you're doing
balloons.
good. You know, my room is like, I should dazzle this up a little bit for the.
Oh, you think your room is not? Look at me. I'm bleak as heck out here. But I do that on purpose, though. You know.
How come you don't have any art on your walls or anything, Brent?
Because I always think I'm gonna move one day, which I want to eventually, and it's not worth it to decorate a place that I feel like I'm not going to be in permanently. But once I get to my permanent,
if you were permanent, what would you put up on the wall? Something?
oh, I have all kinds of cool stuff, posters, and
Like what
I've got
poster?
art, different cool stuff. You know, posters of cool things.
It takes 1 minute to put up an art. You just go tick tick tick.
I got all these posters from Tiger Beat magazine. You know, Zac Efron from the late 2000s and stuff
Jason,
like that.
Taylor Thomas or whatever. Jonathan
JTT.
Taylor.
I got JTT.
Yeah, JTT.
I got Zachary Type Byron. I got Tim Allen posters. I'm gonna put these Tim Allen posters up on my walls.
Alyssa Milano from Who's the Boss?
Yeah, I got that. I got Tony Danza.
I got Tony Danza.
I got a nice Tony Danza centerfold that I can't wait to put up in my permanent place.
You know those things called like big heads, where it's like a giant sports figure on your wall. It's like a modern day like. It's like who would want? It'd be funny to have that. Like,
Dude, I'm
it's
gonna
like,
get
it's like geared for adult men to like have on their wall. The big.
I'm
head.
gonna get a gigantic blow up of your 6-pack, Doug, and put that up on my wall. How do you like that? You little strong boy.
That's what's up. All right, let's get someone else in here, Brent.
So we'll move on to the next guy. It'll be John Trask.
John, and then Boo, and then Aubrey. Okay, so you guys are on deck.
Yeah, you're on
Get
deck.
your questions ready, and get your conversation topics ready.
What's up, pimples?
All right.
Can you hear me?
Yeah. Is this the
Where, are you in Star Trek? Where are you?
well, yeah,
Yeah,
we're-
this is the bridge in the Next Generation.
Whoa.
I'm a recent convert Trekkie, but
I don't know how that.
the room I'm staying in is like my nana's room, and so there's a bunch of cat posters everywhere and shit. And
Wait.
so you don't want to see it, trust me.
So you're staying at your grandmother's house?
No, it's actually not my grandmother's. It's my wife's grandmother's. So it's my grandma-in-law, I suppose. But we used to live in Long Beach, but we just moved up to a little town called Angels Camp, where Nana has a ranch that nobody was living in. And so we decided to move out here and live rent-free and save up for a house. And I don't know, maybe we'll move back to LA, but we kind of like it out here.
Angel's Ranch. That sounds like that sounds
Angels
nice.
Camp.
It's Angel's Camp. That sounds cool. That sounds like a place I want to live.
It's cool. We're only like an hour and a half away from Yosemite Valley, but it's pretty cool. There's a lot of cool naturey places close to us. The town's not much though,
Okay, well that's fine.
and I can't skate anymore. I used to live right next to Cherry Park, and I grew up skating and stuff, and so that
Oh.
sucks.
But you
What's
can
your,
still listen to ska if you want to.
That's
Dude,
true.
no ska, Brent. No ska for skaters.
Are you a musician? You look kind of like you rocked out a little bit. You got the Iron Maiden shirt on. You got long hair, some tats.
Yeah, I'm a rocker. Yeah.
Do you ever play a trombone?
No trombones, guitar, drums, some keyboards sometimes.
Are you in a band?
I used to be in a band in like high school.
We got 3 musicians in a row here, Brent. That's kind of
Everybody's a musician, you know. It doesn't stop.
it doesn't stop.
The music just doesn't stop.
Also,
think-
two married guys in a row too. Why has everyone got to be married now?
I think I listen to you guys, and like I know Brent's like a huge musician. Like I feel like comedians and musicians are like the same cloth, you know. Definitely.
Something like that.
The
Something
same cloth,
Like that.
and that you know what that cloth is? Plaid
cloth?
pants,
Hot
ska
topic.
band, ska style. You know what I mean?
With suspenders that are attached.
That's the cloth. It's plaid.
It's like studded belt. It's a studded belt pant, cloth, plaid pant.
Yeah, with those creeper shoes. You know those creepers? Yeah.
Or you'd go steal some shoes from a bowling alley, and those were your punk shoes. I did that.
Yeah, our ska guys kind of like the nerds of punk. It's like I like being different and like alternative, but I don't want to be like cool. I want to wear plaid pants and bowling shoes.
Yeah, and like a lot of those guys learned trombone because they were band geeks too, you know. So,
Hey,
yeah.
don't talk crap about Joshua, okay? He's a major pound pimple.
Have you ever? Of course you're in it, but I was watching. My friend told me to watch the Fancy Lad skate video, and you're like in it, Doug. How did you get involved with those guys?
I don't know. I think Big Nick hit me up,
Yeah.
and then I forgot how we met, just through the internet or something. And I checked out their videos, and I was like, "This is the best." I love Fancy Lad. They're just fun videos to watch. And then
I feel like non-skaters can watch Fancy Lads and, you know.
yeah, I hung out with him a little bit in Boston when I was on tour through there. And
Cool.
yeah. So there's that. Any further questions or?
I have more skate questions. I know you have like a ramp in your backyard, the cement ramp. I'm wondering, since I live out in the country now, is it like worth it to like build a wooden half pipe or something, or is that gonna like go to shit? Do you have any experience with that?
Yeah, you should totally build one. There's companies that make them too. You can just get one, probably have it delivered. It depends how long you're going to be in Angel's Ranch, but Angel's Camp. But I would,
Hopefully for life.
if you're bored out there, I would say do it. Of course, there should be half pipes everywhere. That should be like, when you're buying a house, it's like, okay, 1.5 bath, 2 bedroom, 1/4 pipe. Okay, just 1/4. I was looking for the half, but this one's only got 1/4. So, it'll be a little cheaper, but they should just be a standard thing, kind of like a bathroom.
Yeah. I think I might go for it then. I'm just worried that it's going to be another piece of trash out here because this place has like been abandoned for 15 years. And
the house?
Like 30 acres. Yeah, there's like 30 acres and there's like washing machines out in the woods and shit that are all shot up. It's wild.
Oh, be careful.
I just don't want to add to the trash.
I see. Well,
you seem very sensual to me, and I think that I don't know. I think your wife is into that.
I'm a very sensual person. I'm insatiable, I would say.
Patrick says it sounds like a cool spot to shoot a film. Could we shoot a horror movie up there?
Please do. You're welcome to come up anytime, Doug. I can shoot you my email if you want.
I'll bring my van and I'll stay on one of your acres.
I'll just put all my personal info in the Zoom chat. That's cool.
All right, that's cool.
Cool, man.
All right, let's thank you, John, and live long and prosper. All right.
Live long and prosper.
Yeah, say hi to Scotty for me or whoever. Yeah.
All right, Brent, let's beam up. Let's beam up the next chatter.
Well, I thought Boo was next, but then somehow
Dee Dee got in, but we'll go to Boo and then we'll go back and then we'll go to Dee Dee. How about that?
Somehow he got in ahead of her, but we'll get Boo in here, I guess. So Boo or whoever, you can unmute yourself. There it is.
Hey.
Whoop, there it is.
Whoop. Okay. Full disclosure.
I thought I saw Boo and I got scared.
Full disclosure, I'm on 3 hours of sleep, so this might get a little weird. But I want to not backpack off, whatever. What John was saying about comedians and musicians being like of the same cloth, I've thought about that a lot because I actually do both too. So more musicians in a row. I don't really know what it is, but like in my mind, comedians are trying to put some type of, it's self-expression in a way, and so are musicians. But musicians are doing it in like a way, and comedians are doing it in like a, hey, I'm an idiot, watch me do something stupid, or at least that's how I do it. So I just think that it's interesting that he pointed that out, and I agree.
You know what I'll say? As somebody who does both or did both, that it definitely, I got something different out of the two. And I actually felt they were kind of separate for me,
Yeah, I mean, they're separate for me too, but it's still, there's that drive of, you've got something in you and you want to put it out, maybe entertain people and ideally make money some way by doing it.
Well, a lot of comedians want to be musicians, but they don't. They're better at comedy, or they're not as. They don't
have the skills.
They don't look like John or Joshua. They don't have the look. They look more plain or something. So they just they want to be in front of a crowd. I mean, you're on stage in front of a crowd, so there's the similar. I mean, there's a lot of similarities right off the bat, and then there's like a rhythm to it. Yeah, I mean, and then a lot of musicians want to be comedians. You see that, they try to be funny and stuff.
Yeah, You can
They
watch their
fail
interviews.
miserably.
Really funny. No, I think a lot of them are actually really funny. Like I'll watch interviews with musicians and just be like, this person is hysterical, and they're out there doing serious stuff, and it kind of blows my mind.
You know, I've been watching a lot of Cyndi Lauper videos lately, and she could have been a comedian. You know, she was really funny.
Yeah, I'm a fan. I like her. If I existed in the 80s, I think she would have been one of the few that I would have liked, because I don't like 80s music. But
You don't like 80s music?
I don't like hair metal. I don't like the crispy little, you know, too much echo on drums. That really bothers me.
The 80s is my favorite.
I like Devo, I like B-52s, I like Talking Heads, you know, all that stuff. And I can get into some Cyndi Lauper, but I don't like fucking, you know, I don't know, not Def Leppard. I mean, Def Leppard, early Def Leppard were okay.
Okay, besides the rock and roll stuff, what about like Flock of Seagulls, like new wave kind of stuff?
Yeah, what about artsy stuff like Phil Collins, you know, or Lionel Richie?
He has this trumpet voice, and it really gets to me. I'm like, no.
Who, Phil?
Yeah, he sounds like, you know.
What about Lionel?
Lionel Richie. I can't actually remember a Lionel Richie song.
You know, the party song, you know.
The party song, you know.
What about Madonna?
What about Madonna, the Queen?
No, I like Weird Al's Like a Surgeon.
Like a Surgeon?
That. Yeah.
What about Michael Jackson?
Nope. Just big no.
You don't like Michael Jackson?
No, he's like, oh, you know, it's like, no.
That's cool.
It's okay, Brent. She can not like 80s music, but what is your favorite kind of music though, Boo?
I like 60s, 70s, 90s, and then weird shit from like now, or weird shit ever. Really.
What's like the weirdest shit?
The weirdest shit. I don't know.
Give me like a few examples just off top.
The books, okay, don't judge me, but Animal Collective, I like them.
I love Animal Collective. No judgment at all.
Hell yeah, I love Animal Collective. I got a Death Grip shirt on right now.
Aren't they from? Oh, they're from Baltimore. I thought they're.
Yeah, they are from Baltimore.
They probably know a lot of the Providence scene. A lot of.
Probably. There's like this whole thing in Baltimore where there's like Dan Deacon, Animal Collective, all those little weirdos, and they get together and they do this weird shit together. And yeah, sorry. I actually did have a question for y'all though, and it's totally unrelated to anything, but I'm so curious.
Let's do it.
Please.
Have either of y'all watched The Shivering Truth?
Yes. Not every episode, but I actually bought it on iTunes because I wanted to check it out.
Yeah, I would finish it because like I've been looking for like a favorite TV show, and I think that's kind of it right now. It's just like amazing. I had this conversation with my husband about it, and I was like, you know what it is? It's like the yin to the Midnight Gospel's yang, is how I feel about it.
Yes, it's a very dark animated show.
But it's fun.
Whereas Midnight Gospel is more of like light at the end of the tunnel kind of thing, or uplifting in a way. And this is like
heavy. And it's fucked up.
Yeah, no, it's great. Everything that those guys do is awesome.
Yeah. I was 12 when Wonder Chosen hit the air. And that like guided me into being a person, is watching Wonder Chosen, 12 years old, and just being like, this is amazing. This is what I've been waiting for, you know?
Yeah, Wonder Chosen.
Oh, did Vernon Chapman, he makes this cartoon?
Yes. It's a stop motion. It's cool. You know, it's kind of like a bunch of shorts, kind of like Black Mirror kind of like style.
Mm-hmm.
A
I
little
like
horror.
Chosen thing down there. That rules.
Okay.
Where are you from?
You mean like raised, or where am I right now?
Well,
Let's
I
do
don't know,
both.
I'm just curious about where you're from.
I'm regrettably from Alabama, but I was homeschooled, so I didn't socialize.
Because you said y'all a couple times, and I just thought, oh, it sounds like I don't know. I'm just wondering like what states use y'all a lot, you know, because sometimes you hear people not from the South say y'all, and I'm thinking, okay,
Yeah.
what's up with that? And then I'm thinking,
Sometimes
it's
I do
getting
a little y'all once in a while.
Yeah, it's a really good word. You know, you guys is like you guys. Okay, that's only guys. Y'all is like you all. You know, it's all encompassing or whatever the phrase is. That's the one thing I like about the South is the word y'all. It's good.
The South is known for being more inclusive to all genders, not just guys.
In that one instance, they finally got it.
But where do you live now, though?
Seattle, and it's everybody was like, oh, Seattle's nasty and it's terrible and all this shit. They're wrong. It's great. I mean, you know, it's a city. There's sad stuff, but I don't know, it's more livable.
Everyone loves Seattle. From what I hear, everyone's saying how much they love it. What do you live in the Chud or whatever that place is called?
I don't think I'm anywhere near there. I'm in the University District, which is just 10 minutes away from the Space Needle, and it's occasionally you'll get some people just screaming outside or weird stuff, but I like it, and it's really great weather, so.
Okay.
well, look, y'all get some sleep.
I know, 3 hours. I don't know what I'm doing.
What are you up all night doing?
I ate an entire tub of ice cream because it was the weekend. I was bored and it was hot. I ate a bunch of Cool Whip and cookies, so I was like sugar, and I'm still like all sugared out. And I never do that. I never ever do that. But I did that last night, and I was doing some video editing stuff with like a video mixer that I have with like Chrome keying. I don't remember what it's called.
Well, maybe you could go down to the Chud or the Chad, and you could burn off all that sugar.
No, I'm gonna try to sleep after this because y'all are right. I need to sleep.
I know it's the Chaz. It'd be funny if it was the Chud and it was like, you know, full on cannibalistic humanoid underground dwellers, you know?
Was that the movie Chud?
Chud. It's Chaz.
You know,
Jen is saying it's Chaz, but it's over now. They broke it up. Oh, the Chaz broke up? Oh, that sucks. That's sad. All right, let's move on to our next Zoomer. Thank you, Boo. And enjoy Seattle. It's a very livable city, and it's probably one of those climate change proof kind of places, it seems like, you know. There's a few. And Brent, let's bring in
DDR.
Hey, Dinko Jr. That's my name. Can you hear me?
Dinkcow Jr.
It kind of sounds like you're in a Tupperware container, but
yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna keep it short. I actually got to go to work. I have to be there at 4 o'clock, so I'm gonna be fashionably late as usual. But I just
where do you work?
Say what's up to the pimples and stuff. I'm a glorified bartender in the chicken finger industry, so I got to go swing some beers and wait on some people, make a buck, you know.
It's you have a bar that's open?
Yeah, we do some outdoor stuff, and then a lot of people get beer and food to go. But you know, people are still being pretty, you know, generous with tips and stuff, so it's helping me get by. But I'm actually an illustrator by trade. I sent you that unsolicited T-shirt design a couple weeks ago when you guys were blasting each other's acorns.
Oh, that's like, that kind of yellowy one or yellow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Cool. Yeah, cool.
Well, thanks. That's cool.
So where do you live?
I live in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
Oh, it's actually a beautiful town, beautiful place.
Yeah, it's not bad. You know, pretty cheap living, lots of parks, bunch of neighborhoods. Mr. Rogers, you know, this is where he grew up, so try to take after him, you know.
Yeah. Well, your sound is kind of not as good as we'd prefer. So, do you have any last questions or anything you want to plug or?
No, man. Just wanted to say hi to everybody. Sorry about the sound, but I'm gonna go to work anyways, and it's good to see all you guys. Hopefully, we get to do this again. Thanks
all right.
For
all right. No worries. Thanks for chiming in.
Thanks.
All right.
You know, what if
have a good day at work?
what if what's his face? We know how Andy Warhol, he's a Pittsburgh guy, and well, Mr. Rogers is. What if they collaborated? That'd be something different. What do you say?
Let's just go down the line here. Some of these familiar faces are coming up. We got Aubrey. We talked to him last time because I recognize that room. Let's get him in.
And I recognize that face.
How you guys doing?
Hey, Aubrey, how are you doing today?
All right.
I was actually on 2 times ago because last time you guys only posted it on Facebook, and I'm not on Facebook, so I didn't even know.
Oh, good for you. You got any updates for us?
Well, I was curious. I'm glad you guys changed your mind about doing the one at a time thing this time, but I was curious why you did that last time and why you were almost going to do it this time.
Well, it's a little easier to, well, I don't know, because we can, well, for one thing, if there's only one person at a time, then we could kind of record the video with just 3 people. But right now it's, you know, so it's a little messier with all the people, but you know, whatever, you know, I don't know. It was just there wasn't a lot of thought put into it, to be totally honest.
I see. Well,
but we
I
can
think
put
it's a
some
lot
thought
more
into it
fun
right
with
now
all
if you
these
want to.
pimples in here. Sorry.
Yeah, maybe we should have done that up at the top, but it's kind of easier to just have like a one-on-one conversation. But then again, I guess if everyone's muted, it doesn't really matter. But I don't know.
Yeah,
I mean, also though, it's like,
look, we're learning and we're growing. We're growing and we're learning, and you know that's now we figured out the way to do it now. So now it's
also, are people going to want to listen to the episode if they watch it now, if they're seeing it now?
Well, there's only 20 of us in here.
Well, that's our listenership right there.
I'm glad there's more people in here though, because I have a show and tell item I wanted to show you guys.
All right.
I actually picked this up shortly after the last time I was on a few months ago. Let me see if I can get this on camera here. This won't be great for audio, but maybe you guys can describe. If I can just.
Oh, it's pumpernickel, 500 grams of pumpernickel. Pumpernickel what? Is that bread?
It's a pumpernickel bread that I got at Whole Foods. But look at the packaging.
Wait, what?
You guys.
That's hilarious.
What do you think about this packaging choice here? You see that?
That is really interesting. It looks like a movie. It's pumpernickel, a romantic comedy or something.
Yeah. Do you guys want me to try to describe that for the audio, or do you want me to describe it?
Oh, right. Thank you. I forget that.
I'll describe it. It's a package of bread, and there's a couple on the front, and they're having a very intimate moment. Like,
well,
they're falling in love right before our eyes. Right on the.
Wait, can you say something? Can you say something, Aubrey? Because your thing comes back up.
Yes, sorry about that. I'm holding it up the whole time, thinking you guys can see it, and I'm not even on camera there. But
it almost looks like what's her face? What's the girl's name? Oh yeah, Paris Hilton almost or something. And the guy looks like, I don't even know what he looks like.
He looks like the guy that's in all those like Seth Rogen movies and stuff. You know what I'm talking about?
It looks like a mix between Ben Stiller and Matt Dillon.
Oh, he looks like the Twilight guy, Robert Pattinson too. Well, yeah. So did you try the bread yet or what?
No, but apparently it's good until like October 23rd, even though I bought it in like April. It's like vacuum packed in here or something. See that?
Oh man, you're making me hungry now. All right. Well,
That's
anything
really
else? Anything else, Aubrey? Because we try to get some more of these pimples now. Now that we got their attention.
I mean, I could talk about some other stuff, but you guys can get some other pimples on if you want. Mostly, I just wanted to make sure you saw this because it's a very strange. Do you think that like pumpernickel is like an aphrodisiac? Is that like a common packaging for?
Well, I was going to ask you if you had tried the stuff, if you started feeling romantic or something.
I haven't tried it yet, but I
was wondering if you felt romantically comedic because of it. Yeah.
Romantically comedic? Oh, because of romantic.
It looks like a romantic comedy.
Aubrey, do you have a wife?
Yes.
Everyone's married today.
I know, it's fully married.
How'd you meet her?
We met on the internet, like 20 years ago before it was normal to meet
Before
on the
it was
internet.
cool.
20 years ago before they had pumpernickel bread.
Well,
You did it the original way.
I want you to, next time you go on a date with your wife,
Yeah.
have a couple slices and get back to us. Let me know, what happened.
Yeah, I guess I'll try that. I'll let you guys know.
Please do, Aubrey.
Please do, Aubrey. Please do.
Baby, please do.
Baby, please do.
Shoot, we gotta get married, Doug, you and me, huh?
I think we should,
I'm talking about to each other.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
All right, let's get Patrick, our, another Pound Pimple favorite. I think he runs the.
By the way,
He runs the Discord. He's the Discord master, Patrick.
But by the way, somebody was saying unmute everybody and we'll have a pound party. Maybe we can do that at the end or like as an after
Ooh,
dark.
yeah,
thing,
that's a good idea.
Like an after dark orgy or something.
After dark, big pound party. Well, it might be a mess, but we can try it. But
it might be a mess, but it might be kind of funny.
Let's get through some of these people. I mean, we talked to Patrick a lot.
Yeah, Patrick, what is the?
Meg doesn't want to talk. Who do we got? Steven. Who's got? Oh, by the way, if you're on deck, get something that you want to, talk about. Look, Kyle is like driving a bus or something. This is interesting.
People are kind of wondering, there's a Poundcast Discord. There is, and we should share the link. Patrick, you got the link?
Yeah, sure.
Patrick, let's hear from the horse's mouth right here.
Yeah, check. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I'll post a link in the Zoom chat here for the Discord. Yo, what up? What are y'all up to?
We talk to you every time. You live in Virginia.
Yeah.
And you work at a hotel.
Yeah.
And you do a lot of cool video stuff too.
Yeah, but mainly you do cool video stuff. Videodrome.tv.
Yeah, Videodrome TV. Yeah.
Videodrome TV.
Yeah, it's a visual art project I've been working on for a while now. In fact, I don't know if you received that the basketball remix I did.
I haven't checked all the remixes yet, but I'm kind of waiting to curate, get them all, and then we'll let them rip at the end of the week.
I was kind of
you know what? I got distracted by the I got distracted by setting up this for this Discord link. There you go. There it is.
All right, there it is, everybody. There's the Discord link.
Oh, wait, you guys were speaking of skate videos. I pulled out this one. I was gonna mess with the other day. I completely forgot about.
Oh, 411.
Yeah, one of those classic 401s. Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
Definitely mess with one of those.
Well, Patrick, do you have anyone, or anyone? Do you have any questions? Oh, you got the Slurpee Good shirt on. Let's take a look at that.
Oh yeah, classic.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys can. Yeah, of course, I got to keep talking to be able to show it, which is.
It's cool. No, it's working. Do you have anything you want to ask us or talk about?
Volume 2. Yeah. You know what? I just watched Where's the Lavender House? And Brent, man, I had no idea you were in that, dude.
Oh, right. Yeah.
What the heck is that? Brent, what is that?
That's the Longmount Potion Castle documentary. Go ahead, Brent. How'd you get involved in that?
I just I don't know. I forgot. Well, Mike Hickey maybe was he's friends with the guy who the people who made it or something, and I don't know. They asked me to play this role. It was kind of like there basically was this gathering in Los Angeles, and I was supposed to play this lawyer who's suing them for using Alex Trebek's audio or something like that. I forgot. And I kind of am surprised, but I think some people, it seems so fake to me, when I was doing it. And I think some people believed that I was really this guy.
I think there were some reactions in there, yeah, that were definitely real and sincere. There's this one guy that was really flipping out.
Yeah. It was weird. It was actually kind of, it was a weird experience because I really felt the hate, from people. And I kind of, it kind of fueled me to not like them too. I was like, I don't know. It made me kind of feel aggressive towards them in a way. It was weird. It's kind of interesting.
Yeah, because I definitely saw like some of the outbursts were.
I mean, there were definitely people there who saw me and knew immediately that it was, they knew me as a comedian. And
Oh, really? You got noticed actually from that crew?
yeah, some people in there definitely. Yeah, they were just, but then yeah, some other people thought it was real. That was interesting. Yeah.
Did you get a
people don't
chance
even know
to
what we're
see it
talking
yet?
about? So it's basically Longmont Potion Castle. He does prank calls. They're really cool prank calls, really interesting, and he's a mysterious guy. Nobody knows who he is, and he's been doing calls for a long time. I don't know, over 20 years, I think, and they made this sort of documentary about him, but it's kind of fictional too and stuff. And so anyway, there was a live event where he did some live calls. I thought he was going to be there, but he wasn't. And there was a crowd that came, and this is in Los Angeles, to gather for this event. And there was other people that he's been involved with. And then anyway, I showed up as a representative for Alex Trebek because he's prank called. Sorry, it's prank calls if I didn't say that already. He does a lot of prank calls to Alex Trebek. And so I was supposed to be Alex Trebek's lawyer, saying that I was going to sue them or shut them down or something like that. I kind of forgot. Sorry, this is a really bad explanation. I think this is bad. This is bad content right now. Sorry.
Yeah, no, it was interesting. You know what I'm saying? If anybody for a long amount, you know what I'm saying, fan, like I've been a fan of LPC for a long time. And like just to finally be able to see him, but you don't really see him. And I get where they tried to go with the documentary. How much can you really do, on a person that's so reclusive and stuff like that?
Yeah.
For legal reasons, obviously, and stuff like that. But, they did an okay job. I thought it wasn't too bad. No, you know what? I had one more question for you guys. For both. What's the biggest prank you've pulled on a sibling? Doesn't have to be bad, good or bad, but what do you think the best prank is you pulled on one of your brothers or sisters?
I never really pulled pranks on my sisters, but one time I destroyed her Big Bird. Oh, no, she had this bear that you squeeze it and it would say stuff. And I think I
Teddy
just
Ruxpin?
No, it was more of a knockoff. I forgot what it said. It was some kind of stuffed animal thing. And the curiosity got the best of me.
Gerald Ruxpin.
I had to see what was inside. So I ripped it apart and I got out the little unit. And then, it was just this mechanical thing.
And you changed the tape and made it.
I changed it.
And then put it back in the bear and then it made it say, Doug is the best. He's the best. He's so. I wish I was Doug's bear.
Sewed it back up.
Hacked it. I circuit bent it and freaked her out.
Exactly.
And now she's in a mental institution. Oops.
Speaking of mental institution, we'll come back to Brent's question on that, but I really, if you just black out that window there and move that black thing to the side there, Brent, with that white shirt on, I mean, you look like straight out of One Flew of the Cuckoo's Nest or something. It's so white and sterile.
Yeah. I try to keep it clean out here,
Yeah, you're a sterile boy.
I mean, it's hot. It's really hot. I'm wearing an undershirt because it's hot as heck out here right now.
Yeah, we're going through a lot too here. We just had.
And I don't want to put the air conditioning on because it's going to be too loud for the recording. So.
Gotcha.
But,
what do you think?
Well, look, I have a couple things that come to mind that aren't really
Okay.
pranks. I don't know what you want to call them, but one time my sister, she was sleeping and she had this smile on her face while she was sleeping, and her hand was kind of like this near her face. So I put a dollar bill in her hand, and it looked like she fell asleep with money in her hand. Like it looked like she was asleep and happy that she was rich or something like that. And I took a photo of it. And then another thing I did was, so I have brothers that are twins, and we told my friend Scott and I told one of my brothers, I think Max, we told him that to get on the line with our brother Nicky, his twin, and we kind of set him up to pitch him the idea of them moving in together and getting bunk beds or something like that, or that they should get bunk beds, and or they should move in together and get bunk beds, and they should do that. And so, and play it off like he was being really serious. Like, yeah, we should get back. We should just kind of do bunk beds. You know, we're twins, and we should really play on that. And then, so the other brother, Nicky, he was, he didn't know we were on the line, and he called him, kind of pitching him this idea of we should get bunk beds and being serious about it. And, Nicky was just like, what are you talking about? I don't know. That was kind of a prank, I guess. I don't know. It's nothing special.
No, I like it. That was a good one.
Sorry.
Yeah,
One
man.
time I put
ahead.
saran wrap on the toilet bowl, and my sister took a big dump, and then it like bounced and trampoline back up.
Went back inside.
Whoa! And then it landed right on her forehead.
Nice.
And for a day, she was king.
I heard about that prank. I never tried that. I'm just kidding. But you put the saran wrap over the bowl, and then when they're not really looking, they can't tell. And then it's just whatever comes out just sort of lands on the top. You gotta try that sometime. I'm gonna break into your apartment, Brent, when you least expect it, while you're asleep. I'm gonna saran wrap the bowl, and it's gonna be.
I thought you were saying, well, I'm gonna try it sometime, as in you're gonna try it on yourself just to see what it feels like. I think I'm gonna try that sometime. Just see what it feels like.
I'm gonna put some Jello mix in the toilet, and then it like solidifies.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's
some non-colored, non-flavored, just gelatin powder.
Yep.
Right.
That's kind of funny. See if you can get that bounce.
Get that bounce going. That's what I'm talking about.
Just imagine shooting a pebble and making it bounce right up. It bounced down on the water and hit that cheek.
Have you guys ever seen those ape shit videos on YouTube, or like those kids that fill up like a whole swimming pool full of gelatin, and some kids could walk across and shit? Really weird stuff.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah.
All right.
I thought, this reminded me of that.
So look, here's what's up. We got about, 15 minutes maybe left in the main show. Who hasn't been on the Poundcast and you got something cool to talk about? Raise your hand. Okay, we got Chesney. Do you see Chesney, Brent?
Yeah. Oh, no, wait, hold on. I saw Mark Kavanaugh. I see Sam. I see
anyone.
Steel Man.
I just went deep.
Oh, Chesney. I see Chesney too, yeah.
Steel Man. Just pick one of those pimples, Brent. Steel Man looks really raring to go. He's got a satanic shirt on.
Hold on, let me see here. Let's see. So Steel Man, we'll get him on.
All right.
Should we get Steel Man?
Steel Man. Let's see what's up with Steel Man.
Hey guys. Hey, can you hear me?
What's up, Steel Man? Atanic. It's not satanic. It's it is satanic.
No, it is satanic. It actually says satanic homosexual.
Wow, is that you? Is that how you describe yourself?
Actually, no, but it's a pretty badass shirt. It's actually for a band called Sice Gang 666.
Wow. You're a little loud. Is there any way you could toggle that a little bit?
I'll just move my microphone away. How about that? Is that better?
That's better. Okay, yeah, cool.
Awesome.
So what's up?
Yeah,
where are you zooming from?
So I'm actually halfway in between Tacoma and Seattle, Washington. The SeaTac area.
SeaTac.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely.
I know SeaTac.
And this is actually this first time I've called in. First time I've actually listened to you guys at all. I know Doug from Tim's show, Office Hours. But Brent, I'm most excited to see. I'll be honest, man. I didn't know who you were until about an hour ago. But I literally just watched you on Mansheen Kroll Show last night.
Oh, that's crazy.
And that's a show that I watch on repeat. So I recognized your face instantly and was like, oh, hold on, I know this, and put it all together. Literally watched that episode of Kroll Show last night. So that's super weird.
That is, what a coincidence. Yeah. Huh. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Mansheen. Yeah. I had to wear that real 90s baggy suit for that. That was the style in the 90s, those baggy suits.
Absolutely. Mansheen would make a great Halloween costume, actually.
Yeah.
With all the buttons on the chest and everything.
Right. Anything else you want to discuss?
Yeah, I wanted to. I'm a huge pro wrestling fan. like huge pro wrestling fan. We're called Marks. Are you guys into pro wrestling at all? Like any from anywhere in the world, any company? Maybe you have a wrestling memory that really sticks in your mind from childhood or something.
I mean, you know, I didn't really watch wrestling, you know, when I was younger, but then I started getting interested in it kind of more recently. Not really. I mean, in 80s wrestling, you know, when there were just really a lot of characters. And actually, I don't even care about the fights. I like to watch the promo ads, you know, where they're kind of calling people, you know, they're calling people out and they're talking to then that guy Mean Gene is interviewing them. I kind of like seeing that kind of stuff, you know. It's kind of fun to watch because they're kind of just doing characters basically.
I used to watch it when I was a kid. I mean, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't even know where to watch it if I wanted to get into it now.
You watch it on YouTube.
On TV,
you watch the YouTube clips.
It was like on TV when I was a kid. I used to.
I don't know. Saturday mornings, it was like hard to avoid sometimes. If you were watching cartoons, it would pop up.
I was in the Junkyard Dog. I was into Hulk Hogan. You know, I was into Randy Macho Man Savage.
I watched the movie No Holds Barred.
I don't see how anyone today can compare to the classics of the 80s.
Well, I like the different character ideas.
Got some Vader action there.
Yeah.
You know, we mentioned Cyndi Lauper earlier, and Cyndi Lauper was involved with the wrestlers for a while, and also Andy Warhol was too. We mentioned him as well earlier. Everybody was trying to get everyone was trying to get a piece of that Hulk Hogan.
Lauper with the rock and wrestling connection, which led into the Hulk Hogan cartoon in the 80s and everything. And
well, I saw this movie called No Holds Barred once. You ever see that?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's got that guy Zeus in it too. You know Zeus?
Mm-hmm.
Well, his character
Tiny Lister. Yeah, Tiny Lister.
He plays Zeus in the movie No Holds Barred. Yeah, and then the woman from the movie See No Evil, Hear No Evil is in that movie.
I'm not familiar with See No Evil, Hear No Evil.
The what?
Oh, I'm not familiar with See No Evil, Hear No Evil. But
shoot, well, you got the satanic shirt on. You should be hearing and seeing all of it. You know? No, I'm just kidding.
Hail Satan, right? Yeah, absolutely. Well, you guys are awesome. I know you're short for time. I'm super stoked that you even chose me to be on. It's a pleasure talking to you guys. I'll definitely.
Hey, well, you know what? If this is your first time, welcome, and feel free to check out we got years of this podcast. We're talking years over here, aren't we? See no evil, years no evil.
All right, who wants to? Who hasn't been on the show and wants to come in? We got Kyle or Chesney. Looks like. Oh, and Ryan. Pick one of those three, Brent.
There's so many guys here, so many people up in here. And look, we're gonna everybody else.
What about Jen and Pat? Has Jen and Pat been on before?
Let me see. Jen and Pat, you been on? You ain't been on before? You want to go on?
Look, we're gonna have a big party chat after.
I like the idea of just talking to her with, you know, like just it's all like
it's like a one way.
Let's just do this like this. All just get these Jen and Pats up in here. All right, you're on.
Hey.
What's up, Jen and Pat? You kind of look familiar. Have I talked to you before?
We've called into office hours a lot.
Office hours. I knew it. What's up?
It's interesting. There's some office hour people up in here that.
Oh.
It's all part of the same family. Where are you guys located again?
We're in Greenpoint, Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Doug, what's the sickest skate move? And then what's the sickest skate move that you can do?
Sickest skate move. Wow.
Sickest skate move, period. Sickest skate move that you can do. Second question.
Man, you really stumped me there. So many sick skate moves. I'm going to say on street or vert?
Vert.
Yeah, vert.
We're going extreme.
Yeah.
Vert, I think the Madonna is a pretty cool looking trick.
Madonna?
There's a trick called a Madonna, Brent. It's pretty cool.
How's that look?
Christ Air. John is saying Christ Air.
Christ
What's that look like? What's a Madonna look like?
It's a one-footed lean to tail, Brent. Come on. You know this. I like Smith grinds, you know? I like Smith grinds, your classic Smith grind.
Yeah.
On street, shoot, I don't like put it this way, slappies, okay? Not flip tricks, slappies, and Bunsen over the Johnsons are great.
I do. I like the. I think you do. I like the Carter ball.
How does that go, Brent?
You basically kind of do a 2 foot slide with a hand pump, like a hand slap.
Yeah. Wait, what about you guys, Pat? What do you guys have favorites or what?
You do chair stomps?
God, I don't know. I mean, honestly, I'm not much of a skater. We're friends with some good skaters, but we're posers, unfortunately.
Yeah.
So, I guess Brent, what's your favorite like piano,
Trick.
melody to play? Yeah, what's your favorite piano trick?
I do a Madonna on there. I
know,
play
Borderline,
Borderline. I play
Lucky Star.
Borderline and do my own jazzy rendition of it. I
Brent,
do
you should play piano
Open
on
Your
the
Heart,
on the pod one of these days.
Right, yeah, you should play piano on the pod.
So are you guys married?
Yeah.
How long you been married?
Everybody's married. Everybody's married.
We got married when we were 26.
Yeah.
So like last year or what?
Funny.
No,
5 years ago.
that's 5 years this year. So,
Oh, congrats. How did you guys meet?
working at Urban Outfitters in college in
No
Boston.
way. What, did you guys both have the same position?
Kind of,
Sort
basically.
of. No, I worked in women's and Jen worked in men's actually. So
No
Really?
way.
Wow.
Mhm.
So you guys,
When you
now-
worked
now
in
you guys-
women's, were you like stocking shelves, or were like girls coming up and being like, "Do you think this looks cute on me?" Or
you
what?
know, a little bit of both. You know, you have to be willing to, you know, give feedback to people, to potential customers, I think. But
Did you have to lie to them and say like everything looked great and you should definitely get this?
you know, we didn't make any commission or very much money at all, for that matter. So
It was a college job.
there was little reason to push sales on people.
did you guys go out so that you could conquer both genders? 'Cause, like, you know, you were in women's, you were in men's.
Yeah.
Hey, let's
No,
join forces. Then we got them all.
We did not work. We were not working at Urban Outfitters anymore when we started dating. We didn't start dating until we moved to New York.
Chesney, I think, said that he also worked at the same place, but in London. Should we get him in on this call? And then, you know, you guys can really rap about it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that fair?
It's kind of a long time ago, honestly. We've had a lot of jobs since then. So
This might
Wait,
be fair.
let me
though.
ask a question. So at Urban Outfitters, they outfit you for the urban environment, right? So
exactly.
they got like spray cans, you know, crowbars, chains,
buckles,
like pit bulls. I don't know. It's kind of stupid.
Yeah, no.
I mean, Chesney's in on this right now, by the way, if you're interested.
Chesney,
We
are
can
you
talk.
here?
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, mate.
Hi. Hello, mate. How you doing?
All right.
Are you actually British, or are you just like?
Yeah, no, I am. I'm actually British. Yeah.
Chips, dips, chains, and whips.
Yeah.
Look.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
you guys
I worked at I worked at Urban in Shepherd's Bush, in London, and yeah, it sucked. It's like any retail job, generally just like underpaid and overworked. And actually, one time, I actually swore at a customer. I actually lost my temper and told her, "Can I swear on the podcast?"
Yes.
You do whatever you like.
I told him to go fuck himself.
What? How did that? What happened? What was she doing?
Well, it was a guy, and I don't know. At the time, I was like sleeping really badly, so I was really like grumpy. And then it was like Black Friday, and it was just like insane. And he wanted to return some items, and then he was a bit pushy about it. And then like sort of like before I knew it, I was like swearing at him. I walked around the counter, and then like I flipped him off like right up to his face. But yeah, it was totally like unreasonable and like shit of me. But I don't know, they still kept me on. Like, I don't understand why I didn't get like immediately fired. But the guy didn't complain, so I guess that's why. But, yeah.
So you didn't lose your job for that, huh?
No. The guy apparently, because I went in the break room to like calm down, and the guy apparently was he was like, "Oh no, I understand. It's Black Friday," and he didn't complain. But if he complained, I probably would have got like kicked out straight away. Yeah.
Well,
So
ladies and gentlemen,
what are you
the
doing
Urban Outfitters.
What are you doing in Shepherdsville or wherever you're from?
Oh no, I don't live in London. I don't live in London. I live in like South England, like a little suburban small town.
What, Cromwell?
Cromwell, no. I live in Sandhurst. It's known for like a military academy. I think like Prince Harry, I went there. But no, I'm not in the military. Like London, I can't really deal with London. I just find it a bit much, so I just had to get out of there.
I mean, do you want to connect with Jen and Pat at all and on anything? Like, do you guys?
What department were you in?
Sorry, department. I was initially in women's, and then I was in the warehouse. They put me in the warehouse, which was actually better because you don't have to deal with customers. And I was just assisting like my best friend. Like he was like head of the warehouse, but yeah, I don't know if there's any of this is interesting at all.
So you were in birds.
Sorry?
Not lads, but you were in the birds.
Not in blokes. You weren't in blokes.
You're blokes or birds? Birds or blokes?
No, I was in no, first I was in birds, and then I was in lads for a bit, and then I did a warehouse after that for lads, a warehouse for lads. Yeah.
No, lads and birds.
Yeah.
Well, look, I just love the camaraderie that you guys have. You know, Chesney and
it's
Pat and Jen. It's just
it's electric.
Cool. The energy is
absolutely
awesome.
Electric.
Yeah.
All right,
think it's so cool how you guys connect like that.
Brent, let's wrap up. Let's do one more person on the main.
All right,
chat.
I'm gonna mute these guys.
Okay,
Thanks, Jen and Pat.
thanks for tuning in, y'all. And everyone, somebody raise your hand if you got a good closer for this podcast.
Yeah, before we go into After Dark.
Before we go to Kyle says he's got something. So does Danny. So does Ryan.
We can get a
so does
regular.
Sam.
Oh yeah, Jackie Birch out here.
Pick any one of those. Any one of those.
Chesney and Jack, they could become mates, you know, because they're in the same town.
Yeah.
Or no, they are not actually. Never mind.
Brent, pick any one of them pimples.
Who? Someone raise your hand. Who do you want to get in on this? Here, we'll pick a regular, and then we'll just do. Who's a regular? We had some new stuff.
Well, we got Mark or Sam. Both of those look great. Pick one.
Where is this? Mark Kavanaugh. Where's the guy?
Mark Stankbottom.
Mark Stankbottom? Stankbottom. You want to get on this?
Pick anyone with a hand raised.
Hi.
There we go.
Hey guys.
I didn't see it. I never saw him.
Oh, there we go. What's up? Are you Mark Stankbottom?
Very sheepishly. Yes, it's a family name, my Christian name.
Where are you from?
I'm from Ireland in Dublin, but I live in Vancouver, Canada now.
Are you related to Morrissey?
No.
You have his beautiful hair.
Yeah, thank you. I've gotten that before. I luckily don't have his racist tendencies, but.
What do you do?
Actually, funny enough.
Oh, funny what?
Sorry.
Go ahead.
No, I was going to say I was only talking to my wife yesterday about this comment that I'd read a couple of months ago from it was like an NME article interview with Morrissey. And he just kind of like he just says the worst shit. Like, I love the Smiths and everything. Like, I think the music's great, but he just had this comment about the Chinese, and it was like just blatantly, like, he called the Chinese subhuman. And it was just bizarrely, I was just like, I can't believe it. It kind of broke my heart, actually.
Well, I think what he's talking about is their treatment of animals, because, you know, he's a big animal rights person. Not saying that that's a good comment to make. He's just
trying to outdo PETA, you know. It's extremist marketing, you know.
Yeah, true.
So what's going on in Vancouver?
Vancouver, it's pretty good. It's been blisteringly hot the last few days. We were just out on the island, Vancouver Island. doing some wake surfing, which is sweet. I'd never done wake surfing before. But yeah, it was really nice. It's been a pretty great weekend.
What do you do there? Are you a musician too? Look at these guitars in the back.
I play guitar and stuff. Yeah.
Everyone's a married musician here. That's how
I
it
know.
is.
That's
I
our.
know
that's
you got to
our
wrap them up,
demographic.
man, because they make so much
You know what?
money.
After Dark is going to be singles only. You know, it's going to be a singles mingling situation. You know.
Yeah, let's make some
no music too.
Let's get
no
some
music.
new marriages going on After Dark, Brent.
You can play
I'm just
blind
kidding.
date.
Everybody can come to the orgy.
All right. So, how'd you meet your wife?
We actually worked together as well. We didn't work in Urban Outfitters though. We worked together in it was a printing design place. We did like
Kinko's.
t-shirts and stuff. Kinko's, yeah. No, it was a place called Make. It's in Vancouver. It's on Granville Island. There's like 2 of them in Vancouver.
And she
But
was
we
like,
did t-shirt designs and stuff.
was she like, ooh, I like that Irish accent. The lad. I like that lad.
Yeah, she did. Yeah, I guess so. That was exactly it. But it was funny because like we were working together, and I think it was kind of obvious that we both had a thing for each other. But then I quit. Like we kissed or whatever one night, and then I quit like the next day. Or actually, no, I quit a week before, and I was finishing up my 2 weeks notice, and then we got together one night, and then I left the job the next day, and it was just an upward trajectory love affair.
Doug, you got to start working at these places. That's how you meet your wife. You work somewhere and you meet them.
Yeah, Brent, we don't work anywhere. We're at work now.
You could marry that Dyson fan.
Who?
Pretty hot. Your Dyson fan.
Oh, I mean, might as well.
Yeah. Big enough for that girth you got going in those trousers.
Well, do you have anything you want to any last thoughts or questions, because we're going to wrap up the main
sorry, no, initially I was actually just going to ask you guys about some David Lynch stuff, if you had the inkling and the intonation.
Let's do it.
I'm a big Lynch head, which, I mean, from Poundcast and other stuff, it's quite obvious you guys probably are too. But I was just going. We went to the cinema to see Dune the other night, and it just kind of got me going down some lost. Like, I was wondering if there's any things that I've not seen of Lynch's like filmography. But I found these 2 TV shows from the early '90s. One called On the Air and one called Hotel Room. And I was just wondering if you guys had seen either of them.
I've seen Hotel Room, and I know about On the Air. I haven't seen it, but yeah.
I have not seen. Do you recommend it? Have you seen it?
No, I literally just found them out today because I was watching the David Lynch YouTube channel. I don't know if you guys have been watching that, but he's been pretty. It's kind of entertaining. Like I remember years ago, he used to do the weather report on Twitter, and then he moved over to YouTube, and he's doing the weather report again, which is hilarious. But,
well, that's what inspired my Squirrel Report, actually. David Lynch's weather report, yeah.
Oh, sweet, yeah. Because the weather report's amazing. I've never been to California. I don't know anything of California weather other than what I've heard from David Lynch's weather report.
Well, a lot of people say, "Oh, LA sucks because there's no weather. The seasons don't change." But you know what? Screw seasons. Who wants? Some of those seasons suck. Okay. How about if it's nice out? There's the season. It's nice outside. Not now. It's a little too hot. But
it actually gets really cold in Los Angeles, by the way.
There are seasons, but you have to like understand subtleties and nuances, because in the winter it is very different than the summer.
You know what? There's more nuance to Los Angeles weather. That's pretty cool.
It's not it's not like basic stuff. Oh, there's 3 feet of snow. Now it's winter. Oh, it's hot out. Now it's summer.
Right.
You have to be a little more nuanced and, thoughtful about weather.
Sophisticated.
Concepts.
Basically, Los Angeles weather is for a sophisticated palate. If you have
Yeah.
a sophisticated palate, come out here and you will appreciate it, and the fine details that the good people in Los Angeles put into the seasons here.
Oh, that's nice. I mean, it's like I actually moved to Vancouver because of seasons. Because coming from Ireland, you don't have like a proper. You kind of get like a week and a half, maybe 2-3 weeks of summer, and then you get right into the balls of like winter, and it's just not winter. I mean, just kind of rain season, I guess, is probably the best way to describe it.
I think I actually think it's a good point to go out on the whole thing about nuance. That's pretty cool. I like that. About weather, like Los Angeles weather is more sophisticated in a way. That's a kind of a funny angle. I think that's a great observation. It's almost like a joke workshop, and really that was good. I'm glad we came to that.
I'm glad I was here to witness it. It was a beautiful bit of nuanced humor.
Well, thank you, Mark, and thank you all.
No problem, guys.
Thanks to all the pimples who chimed in. We're gonna keep rocking and rolling on the After Dark Ultimate Mega Chat. So everyone stick around. And for those of you who are not subscribed to our Patreon, just go to patreon.com/poundcast. You can listen to this whole episode and what's to come next. Right, Brent?
Ain't that right?
And if you don't want to do that, that's fine. We'll see you next week on
the Poundcast. Actually, you know what? Hold on. See you next week. Let me unmute everybody, and then everyone can say it.
Okay.
No, it's not going to work. Everyone's going to.
It's just only going to be one person at a time, right?
Yeah, never mind. Forget it.
All right. Well, we'll see you next week on the Poundcast.
The Poundcast.
Peace.
Welcome to the Poundcast. 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 To the Poundcast.